Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 107.9 FM, WWPH, here in Princeton Junction. It's nighttime in the morning. I'm Julian.
I'm Brenda.
I'm Tony.
And first of all, I can't even believe that we're already here, but it's spring break the day after tomorrow, so we have one sleep left until we're good to be on break. And I'm really excited, but I want to know what's up with you guys. What are you guys going to be doing over the break?
I have to stay here because I have a bunch of lacrosse games and a lot of practices, which will be fun, but I'm practically just staying here and around the area.
That's fun. Brenda plays lacrosse, if you guys don't know, so she's going to make sure that she's on point with that as she, you've had games already, right?
Today's our first game, but we've had 2 scrimmages. Yes.
Very good luck to you, Brenda. We'll check in on how that went tomorrow. What about you, Tony? You doing anything?
See, I personally don't have anything, which I'm kind of not upset about, but it's kind of disappointing. So I'm probably gonna hang out with some friends, just kind of go wherever my life takes me for this vacation.
Gotcha. Sounds good. And you just came back from Disney, so you've had a little bit of a trip. So at least that's cool for you, Tony. We're going to take a break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. We will be right back.
Luke, I am your father.
What are you talking about?
Just kidding. I just like to listen to 107.9 FM all day, every day. It always puts me in a great mood, especially with their great music and awesome discussion. It's the only radio station with local news, and it's brought to you by the students of both High School North and South.
So keep listening to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
107.9 FM, WWPH Princeton Junction, out of sight with the Pirate and the Night. Speaking of the night, it's nighttime in the morning here on the air. Julian, Brenda, and Tony in the studio. So, guys, I found something pretty interesting about driving here in New Jersey. Obviously distracted driving is the thing that happens a lot, and it's really dangerous. And I actually researched it. It's caused over 800,000 crashes in a 4-year span in New Jersey. That was from 2012 to 2016. But still, it shows how prevalent it is. And something is actually happening this coming month. So we just started April, I guess 2 days ago now. But something is happening this coming month that's going to be really, hopefully should kind of cut down on the distracted driving. New Jersey police are implementing the You Drive, You Text, You Pay campaign starting this month.
That's really interesting, especially since we know that a lot of teenagers especially drive, so I think it'll be really helpful if they know the difficulties and a lot of issues behind driving and while you're distracted and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Tony, you're a new driver, right?
Yeah, I actually just passed my driver's test last week, so I'm actually really relieved to hear that this is in effect now.
Yeah, absolutely, because you can do as much as you can to protect yourself on the road, but there are going to be people who are distracted while they're driving, so this kind of protects the people around you as well. So basically how it's going to work is drivers caught holding a cell phone in the car or texting will face a $200 to $400 penalty for their first offense. Then they'll face $800 penalties for any future offenses, and they'll get points taken off their insurance. So the punishments, the penalties are going to become stricter, which is how I think it should be in order to protect the people who are driving around our town, around our state, wherever they might be. We're going to take a break here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. We will be right back on Nighttime in the Morning here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Do you trust me? Yes. Step onto the railing. I'm flying! And what's that I hear in the distance? I can't believe it! It's 107.9 FM. They have the best DJs, music, news, and more. The only thing stopping us from listening is that iceberg. Wait, what? Tune to the station where your heart will always go on. 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Right now in the background, we've got Living in Reverse by Broke for Free. The song is used under Creative Commons License 3.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. So, here on Nighttime in the Morning, it's time for Wordle. I don't think there's really any more that needs to be said because, we've been playing it for a while. Clearly, we're pretty good at it, so why don't we just go for it again and see if we can continue our undefeated streak. So, we most of the time here, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with Tony's starting word, which is alone. Let's see where it takes us. And I already spelled it wrong, so that's a good start. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yes.
So we have the L and the O in the correct spot, and there's an A somewhere on the board. Let's put the A at the end. What do you guys think? Find something that has an L, O, and then an A at the end.
I'm thinking flora, like flora
Flora?
and fauna. Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, Brenda.
Oh my god.
What the heck? You
I don't
just got
know.
that? Brenda just
I
got
just
that
got
in
that.
2. That was the word. I'm a little bit freaked out right now.
I did
Have we
not
ever
guess
gotten one in
that.
2 before?
I think
I
it's
don't
a record.
think
I think it's
so.
a new record for here at nighttime in the morning.
Gosh. You sure
Okay.
you didn't cheat, Brenda?
I swear, I did not cheat.
Okay. I mean, look at that. Sometimes things just work out here at nighttime in the morning. We're heading to spring break, so flora, I guess, is a pretty appropriate word. Yeah, great job, Brenda. I don't know. This is going to be like the quickest talk ever, which is I'm trying to drag it out a little bit.
Yes.
But we're going to take another break here on Nighttime in the Morning. WWPH in Princeton Junction. Once again, this was Living in Reverse by Broke for Free. The song is used under Creative Commons License 3.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. We're going to be right back, Nighttime in the Morning, here on The Great 108.
Are your mornings ever dull and cloudy? Do you want to join in on the laugh? Tune in to 107.9 FM to listen to all the great talks, music, news, and more.
Alright, the rules for athletic eligibility are pretty complicated with credits and grades and everything, but it basically breaks down like this. Just be smart about it. Pass all your classes, get all your credits, and by rule you're good. Your coach may have different standards, but get the grades and technically you're good to play.
Harry, are you failing herbology?
Oh, why, yes I am, Hermione!
Harry, you need to pass all your classes to get your 27.5 credits here at Hogwarts South.
So I can't play a Quidditch match today?
Sorry, Harry.
Brought to you by 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
I'm late to listen to the Great 108.
Tune in to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. And don't be late.
Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. I just told Tony we're doing CPR next, and I can kind of understand how that's misleading because, I think he was about to get down on his knees and start performing CPR. But no, what I mean by we're doing CPR next is we want to talk about that for a little bit right now because the juniors here at High School North, in their health classes, they've been practicing, learning CPR in order to deliver, or CPR and first aid in order to deliver aid if anybody ever needs it, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I think it was really cool, and I definitely was not expecting it when I was coming into the school year. I didn't know that we were actually doing that, which I know I should have known, but I think it's pretty cool, especially since a lot of people who aren't certified are in the school, and it's definitely something to keep along with you.
Oh, yeah, it's a great way to kind of spread awareness and make sure that everybody, or just make sure that North is kind of a safer environment. Something that I did find pretty interesting is that when we were starting our health unit, our teacher and the other gym teachers as well, or gym/health teachers, they were talking about how kind of CPR is really important, especially around here, because it's like there are so many recent events or recent examples of it. For example, the Damar Hamlin incident. He probably wouldn't have survived if he wasn't getting CPR and getting that oxygen to his brain. So that was a big deal. And then actually, I think a decade ago, my health teacher was saying a decade ago, actually a teacher at North had to deliver CPR on a kid here at the school. So, and that kid survived because he was prepared in CPR. So I think one of the reasons that they try and teach it to us and go into such detail with us and, talk about it with such importance is that it really does have an effect here on our community, which I think is pretty, it's definitely scary. You never really want to have to be in that situation, but the fact that you're prepared kind of makes it a little bit less daunting. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
I also know with a lot of classes, like students are like, when am I ever going to need this? But like you never need it until you actually do, which is why it's so good to have this.
Exactly, yeah. So the way it works is that students for the last 2 or 3 weeks or so, they've been watching videos and practicing on CPR dummies and all this to kind of understand kind of what the procedure would be like and then how to actually deliver CPR effectively. And then they've had a practical test, which is basically just an assessment on, how well do you understand the procedures and how well can you deliver CPR. And then they also have a written test this week, which is going to judge kind of, the just kind of stuff that they've learned, like curriculum-wise. And they've had a manual to read that's going to help them with kind of written stuff as well. So definitely a pretty interesting story going on here at North, where kids are really starting to become more aware of their surroundings and hopefully learn more and be more prepared to help out. We're going to take a break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction, and we'll be right back on the Divine 107.9.
Okay, class, next up is one of the hardest math equations in all of math's history. Timmy, you're going to answer this one.
All right then, sir. What is it?
What is 107 plus 0.9 times the best music, talk shows, games, DJs, and current events destination?
Easy. 107.9 FM, your radio destination.
Great work, Timmy. So, class, if you want to pass, make sure you tune in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. It's the Divine 107.9. So, we've been talking about juniors a little bit. Sorry to exclude you a little bit, Tony, but we're going to do a little bit more talking about juniors because over the weekend, actually on Friday, we had our junior prom.
Yes, it was actually really, really fun, and I wasn't expecting like that much, but it was really nice at the venue.
Yeah, I thought it was nice too, and it was a different venue from what you had, I believe, because your venue, I think it like shut down or something. Right?
Yeah. The junior prom that I was at, the Hamilton Manor. It's the last prom they're ever gonna host because they stopped, but they did owe the juniors the students one more because of my freshman year when COVID happened. Like they already paid for that venue, so they owed one more.
That's funny. So we got kind of different prom experiences, but I know Brenda and I had a good time at our junior prom. Brenda said she got stepped on a lot.
Yes,
on the dance floor.
did.
Part of that is my fault. I'm very sorry, Brenda.
It's okay.
But yeah, Tony, you had a good time too, right?
Yeah.
And you're excited for senior prom, I'm sure.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
Like we haven't heard anything from it yet though.
Yeah. So hopefully you hear soon. Now you're kind of in junior prom territory, so you're going to be getting there pretty soon, actually. So that's pretty exciting for you. We're going to take a break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. It's Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9. Oh, so fine. We'll be right back.
Lately, I've been losing sleep.
Too slow.
I got the magic in me.
Too old.
You belong with me.
Absolutely not. I want something
Just like this.
Yeah, I'm so glad 107.9 FM plays all of my favorite pop songs. I can't wait to tune in for more great music, news, and shows in WWPH Princeton Junction.
Think before you decide to park your car in the South High School parking lot without a green permit. Cars parked without a permit will be towed, so don't make the mistake of parking your car without a green permit. This message has been brought to you by 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
We've been around since disco, leisure suits, and the Bee Gees were popular. On 107.9 FM, we're staying alive.
I'm into nuggets, y'all. I'm into nuggets, y'all. I'm into nuggets, y'all. I'm into nuggets, y'all.
McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what?
Whether you're sitting at home or you're chilling eating any McNuggets at McDonald's, you can always listen to the great 108, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what?
Chicken McNuggets.
Be tight with the Pirate in the Night. It's 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Nighttime in the Morning here with Julian, Brenda, and Tony in the studio. So last week, the PTSA held a meeting here at North, and the whole point of the meeting was to kind of explain to parents of future college applicants kind of the whole process and to kind of give them some insight on kind of how the admissions process worked this year. So basically, it was for juniors, sophomores, and freshman students to kind of give them an introduction of their future college admissions process.
Yeah, I think it's really important that we learn we learn it earlier in like our high school experience. And I know that in 9th grade, my teacher was talking about how important it was to pay attention in LA class, so then you would be really good at writing your essay for college applications. So I think it's really something that we should like develop as we go out through high school.
Yeah, the district actually used to have they had classes to teach you how to write essays. Like I think it was called the Art of the Essay, and their whole objective was to kind of develop, different essay writing skills for students for when they were to apply to colleges. So obviously that's gone now, but the fact that they're still trying to prepare people for what applications would be like, in my opinion, is a really smart thing, because it takes a lot of stress off the students come senior year, so that people can really focus on their academics and everything, and less so on their applications, which is obviously something that a district like this wants to see. They want to see people continuing to learn and not having to worry about the outside stuff as much as usual. Yeah. So, pretty cool what they're doing. Parents it was only a parent meeting, so students couldn't come, but parents were able to submit questions beforehand, which, obviously their students or their kids could have helped them out with too, if they needed any guidance. So, in my opinion, that was pretty cool too, because it was a way for kind of students to hear kind of vicariously through their parents about what was going on. We're going to take another break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. We'll be right back.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Just got my license, Michelle, but I have no good music to listen to.
Boy, do I have a station for you.
OMG, really?
You gotta listen to the Divine 107.9. They have classics, throwbacks, and even chart toppers. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
A message brought to you by 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. That was Lovely by Billie Eilish and Khalid. One thing that's pretty lovely going on in New Jersey is that there are people who are trying to kind of make New Jersey a cleaner place in terms of the environment, make sure everything is better, and that we're kind of doing our part against kind of global warming and everything. And one way that they're trying to do this is through a plastic utensil and condiment package ban. It hasn't passed yet, but it's currently a bill that would ban restaurants and other places that serve food from supplying customers with single-use plastic utensils and condiments. However, much like plastic straws, customers can ask and then they can get some, but they're not allowed to just kind of hand them out.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting, especially since I don't know what they're going to replace it with. Do you know what they're going to replace it with?
I don't think they're technically replacing it with anything. I think it's going to come to the point where if you're a customer and you're eating, you either have to like bring your own forks like they have to do with bags, or kind of figure something else out. My only other suspicion is that maybe they'll do something like they do with plastic straws, where they'll create kind of an environmental alternative, but there hasn't been anything about that yet in the legislature or anything. But one thing that was pretty interesting is that there would be a $5,000 fine for each time this law is violated if the bill passes, which is a lot, especially because, it would become such a force of habit, and it's so easy to just give out a fork that you might not even realize what you're doing.
Exactly, and they've become so common nowadays, and that I think almost everywhere gives out plastic forks and stuff like that. And I think it's pretty interesting to see what they're going to do next.
Yeah, it would certainly be a change, and you're right. There are definitely some accessibility issues, like what would take its place. So that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think it could, if it's done right, obviously anything to help the environment is important. But there are certain things where, there might just not be a replacement. There might not be an alternative. So if they have one in mind, then I'd be interested to see what it is. If not, then, there are honestly probably other ways that they could take a look at kind of helping the environment. But I guess that's. I guess we'll have to end up seeing if that's the case or not. We're gonna take another break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. We're gonna listen to "Losers" by The Weeknd, and we'll be right back.
All right, another great day with the Great 108. Time to head home. Wait a second, is that you, DaBaby?
Yeah.
What the? Okay. Anyways, so DaBaby, have you tuned into the Divine 107.9?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it the #1 place for the best music, DJs, games, talks, and current events?
Yeah.
Well, I think we can all agree with DaBaby on this one.
Let's go.
Listen to DaBaby and join us on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Priyanka, truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a hard one. What's the one thing in this world you can't live without?
You call that a hard question? Come on, that's easy. Of course, I can't live without my favorite radio station, 107.9.
107.9? I've never heard of it.
Are you serious? It's this high school radio station with awesome music and interesting talks.
That does sound pretty cool.
Then my dare to all of you is to tune in and listen to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
You're up.
107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Good morning. This is Ayushi, Johnson, and Kira with 107.9 FM News for April 3rd, 2023. High School North South Asian American South Student Association will be performing many dance styles along with skits. It will take place on June 10th, 2023. Save the date. High School North will be having a day to support social-emotional learning. SEL Day is on April 21st. Sign-ups began on Thursday, March 30th and are still open. Make sure to sign up for your top pick today. High School North's girls lacrosse team will be having a home game against Hopewell this Wednesday. Varsity will play at 12 p.m. and JV will play at 1:30. Make sure to show up to support our Knights. Sophomores at High School North are hosting Jeopardy! Contestant registration has opened with a fee of $7, and viewer ticket sales will begin on April 21st. Come join us for this fun event on April 29th.
Taking a look at other news, only a couple weeks later, another tragic accident has occurred. 25 train cars have derailed in Montana. This follows the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. The train, unlike the one in East Palestine, was likely not carrying any hazardous chemicals. NATO plans on accepting a controversial country into its coalition. Finland is set to become the 31st state to join NATO next week. This comes after months of debate since the Russia-Ukraine war is right on their border. This is a strategic move designed to surround Russia with NATO states as geopolitical tensions rise in the region. Switzerland's image is ruined after an economic crisis. After Credit Suisse was bought by UBS, the country of Switzerland as a whole has had their reputation tarnished. Known for its banks, Switzerland's economy relied heavily on Credit Suisse. Dozens of states are bidding against each other. As the microchip, electric vehicle, and battery industry becomes more important, states are essentially trying to outbid each other with subsidies for factories in the industries. This is the biggest competition since 2012 and has been called the War of States. Checking your local traffic. As of 8:03, a disabled vehicle is blocking the north exit on I-295. Traffic on US 1 at I-287 is moving smoothly and there are currently no issues. According to NJ Transit, as of 8:29, the northeast corridor is 20 minutes late due to mechanical issues. As of 8:11, there was a crash on the Garden State Parkway, northbound in Union Township, leaving the 2 lanes blocked. The 107.9 FM news time is 8:33. We'll be back with sports and weather on 107.9 WWPH at Princeton Junction.
Danger! It is the rare blue-green 107.9 FM snake, most commonly found slithering through the radio waves of Princeton Junction. Psst. What is so interesting about this particular breed is that it brings North High School and South High School together to form one radio station. Its venomous blend between the two schools forms a dynamic duo of entertainment for you, our listeners, at 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Excuse me, we need to conduct a search through your locker.
Why? This is my personal stuff.
Lockers are school property and can be searched since we have a reasonable suspicion.
Oh, well then go ahead.
If we find any items that aren't allowed in school, we can confiscate it.
Remember to keep all contraband items at home. This message has been brought to you by 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
The Great 108. Sports Central.
.9 FM news time is 8:34. Checking 107.9 FM sports for April 3rd, 2023. Princeton's Tigers are looking to continue their 2-game winning streak after being at the bottom of the men's lacrosse top 20 rankings for the beginning of their season. They've recently gone up against Yale's Bulldogs and Brown's Bears and come out victorious. They are hoping that their hard work and practice will continue to show up on the turf.
A Yankee shortstop bores watchers by not flashing his offensive power.
Anthony Volpe and his teammates beat the Giants on Sunday 6-0, but has only 2 hits of the regular season. The player has been able to get on base and drive opposing pitchers mad with his base running skills. Yankees manager Aaron Boone is not surprised, claiming he is not a burner but has good speed.
Princeton's women's water polo team is currently in one of their best seasons so far. They have grown tremendously from not qualifying for the finals of the Water Polo Association tournament to now having 23 wins. They credit this mainly to their new star players along with their team's work ethic.
A free agent wide receiver remains on the street despite traveling the country since the fall for a contract. Odell Beckham Jr. has been searching for a 1-year deal worth $15 million, but ESPN believes that it would be more likely if he lowers his ask. He has offers for multiple teams, with the Jets being his most likely spot. Taking a look at other sports news. A women's college basketball team brings home its first basketball championship. LSU, led by Kim Mulkey, used a record offensive performance to beat Iowa, with their renowned number 22 guard Caitlin Clark. The Southern team won 102-85, making Mulkey the first women's coach to win national titles at 2 different schools, Baylor as well as now LSU. The team celebrates and is so happy to be back in their home state of Louisiana. A college junior basketball player in the spotlight stuns fans despite her team's eventual loss in the NCAA tournament. Caitlin Clark of Iowa is the only male or female Division I player scoring over 2,700 points and having over 700 rebounds and assists in her career. Her increased fame and recognition is not a surprise to many, as the tournament set records for attendance and viewership because of players like her, including over 5.5 million viewers for their semifinal game. She claims the game is very special to her, and nothing is truly set in for her yet. She has 43 career double-doubles and a recent 40-point triple-double during the tournament. This fame will not stop soon for star Caitlin Clark. The San Diego State Aztecs will play the Yukon Huskies tonight for the NCAA championship. The game will take place at 9:20 p.m. tonight in Houston, Texas. A French league leader has 9 rounds of matches to play following a straight home defeats. Paris Saint-Germain lost 1-0 to Lyon, racking in its 5th loss of the league. The team remains first in its league, but only leads second-place Lens by 6 points. Fans hope they can pick up their record in the matches to come. Russian athletes are set to compete next month at the Taekwondo World Championships. The decision to allow them to compete may see Ukraine fulfill a threat by its government, boycotting events where Russia is involved to protest the war. Russia has 4 Taekwondo athletes who win medals at the Tokyo Olympics, 2 being gold. Ukraine did not qualify. The Chicago Blackhawks will bring a losing streak into a game against the Calgary Flames. The team has lost 8 games in a row with a record of 24, 46, and 6. Their meeting on Tuesday will be the 3rd this season, the Blackhawks winning the last time they played. Hockey fans everywhere are excited for the game at 9 p.m. tomorrow. A Chinese golfer's dream comes true following a win in the LPGA Tour. 20-year-old Runing Yin is the only second Chinese winner as of Sunday. She closed with an eventful 1-under-70 for a 1-stroke victory over English Georgia Hall. The only other Chinese champion is Shanshan Feng, a retiree that won 10 times on the tour. It is currently 34 degrees in Princeton Junction. And now, your 107.9 FM local weather forecast for April 3rd, 2023. Today, it will be sunny, with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 29 degrees. The temperature will be around 60 degrees before the sun sets at 7:24 p.m. Then, temperatures will go as low as 46 degrees. It will be partially cloudy tonight. Tomorrow will be hotter, with a high of 73 degrees around 3 and 4 p.m. and a low of 46 degrees around 6 and 7 a.m. Temperature will peak on Thursday with a high of 79 degrees, yet having rain, which may cause humidity. After Thursday, the temperature will stay around 50 degrees on average. Expect rain and thunder next week during spring break. And that's the news, sports, and weather for April 3rd, 2023. This has been Ayushi, Johnson, and Kira for 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
WWPH, Princeton Junction.
Time for tardiness math. If you are late 3 times, how many absences does that equal? Oh, pick me! Oh my God, pick me! I'd like to be picked on. Can you please pick me, sir? Yes, young man in the red sweater. Yes, I believe that 3 tardinesses would equal approximately 1 absence. Yes, that is correct. And what do you do if you're late to school in the morning? Oh, pick me! Oh my God, pick me! I'd like to be picked on. Can you please pick me, sir? Why don't I just tell you guys? You go to the attendance office for a late pass. A message from 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Mamma mia, Luigi! I'm so hungry!
Let's race after lunch.
Mario, did you buckle up?
I have no time, Princess. I need to get to the Mushroom Kingdom.
The last thing we need is a speeding ticket, Amalio.
Oh, but I'm a senior.
Just because you're a senior doesn't mean you can break the law. Click it or ticket.
Buckling up is a must. Make sure to stay safe as you speed off to lunch. This has been a message from 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH here in Princeton Junction. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today here on Nighttime in the Morning. Once again, this has been Julian.
My name's Brenda.
I've been Tony.
And we'll see you next time on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Just remember that 107.9 FM is the last radio station on your dial, but the first in your heart, and we'll see you next time.